For years, the first thought I had every morning was, I'm not good enough. No matter what I achieved, no matter what I did, that thought was always there. And I tried everything: positive affirmations, forcing myself to think happy. But nothing really stuck until I learned something simple about the brain that changed everything. In this video, I'm sharing 3 mindset shifts that helped me start brain rewiring in a real way. Not fake positivity, not pretending everything is fine, just simple shifts that helped me rewire my brain for confidence and build a real self-love mindset. Here's the thing most people don't realize. Your brain isn't broken. It's just doing its job. Your brain is wired for survival, not happiness. It's constantly scanning for problems, for danger, for what could go wrong. That's why your mind naturally focuses on the negative. That's why one small mistake can stay in your head all day, while 10 good things barely register. It's called negativity bias. And once I understood that, I stopped blaming myself, because the thoughts weren't the problem. It was how I was responding to them. The first shift was learning to catch my inner critic. Not fight it, not silence it, just notice it. There's a big difference between thinking, I'm not good enough, and saying, there's that thought again. I remember one moment really clearly. I had just finished something I was proud of, but instead of feeling good, my mind immediately went to, that wasn't even that good. And normally, I would have believed it. But this time, I paused, and I thought, wait, that's just a thought, not a fact. That moment created space, and that space is where change starts. So now, every time a negative thought comes up, I don't immediately believe it. I name it. That's just my mind overthinking. That's just fear talking. And suddenly, it has less power. The second shift was replacing the thought, but in a way my brain could actually believe. Because saying I'm amazing when you don't feel it doesn't work. Your brain rejects it. So instead of forcing positivity, I started choosing realistic thoughts. For me, the biggest loop was, I'm not good enough. And instead of trying to jump to something extreme, I replaced it with something simple. I'm learning. I'm improving. I've handled hard things before. And that felt believable. That's the key. Not perfect thoughts, just better ones. So here's something you can do. Think about your 3 most common negative thoughts. Write them down. And next to each one, write a response that feels realistic. Not perfect, not ideal, just possible. Because that's how a real mindset shift happens. The third shift was something I wish I started earlier. Collecting proof. Because your brain changes through repetition and evidence. Not just thinking, so I started keeping a note on my phone. And every time something went right, I wrote it down. Small things. Finishing something I didn't feel like doing. Handling a situation well. Someone saying something kind. At first, it felt unnecessary. But over time, it became powerful. Because when my mind tried to tell me I'm not enough, I had proof that I was. This is basically brain rewiring in action. You're feeding your brain new data, new patterns, new evidence, and slowly, your thoughts start to change. Not because you forced them to, but because your brain adapted. So if you want to start rewiring your brain for confidence, it comes down to 3 simple shifts. Catch the inner critic without believing it. Replace the thought with something real. And collect evidence that supports a new belief. These aren't instant fixes. They didn't change everything overnight for me. But they were the beginning of something real. A shift in how I see myself a shift in how I think, a shift in how I live,